Hello everyone, my name is Sonihan, and I usually don't appear in my Jade videos, but this time around I just want to tell you guys that I spent around like 10 hours recording this audios, recording the gameplays, re-recording some of the audios and lines, and this sort of thing kind of takes like a lot of time to produce, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate it if you guys leave a like and subscribe if you want more contents like this. And don't forget to also check out my other videos, because I don't just play Jade, I also play other indie games. And yeah, with that being said, let's go back into the video.
Miss Goodwitch insisted I take some back with me. Yes, she felt bad about taking such a pricey present from a student. I think I'm going to brew myself a cup. Ooh, wow. I don't know enough about tea to make comparisons, but this seems very good. Pretty smooth and calming, and I bet it'll be even better on a cold day.
Hey partner, wow, that smells good.
Hey Jack, I thought you were a coffee-only type of person.
Hey, I just prefer it. I'll have you know, Vacuo has both a coffee and a tea culture.
Hey, got a plenty more bags if you want a cup, courtesy of Miss Goodwitch, sort of.
Huh? What do you mean? Huh, I see. So this is the tea you bought her on behalf of the team.
Yep, I don't know if it's worth the label price, but it's nice.
And speaking of nice, Professor Peach and Miss Goodwitch were on the same team, huh? Reminds me a bit of myself and Evelyn, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, Evelyn has mellowed out since we started getting into increasingly serious situations. Professor Peach is still driving Miss Goodwitch up the wall in there. Huh. Wait, how old are two of them exactly?
Interesting to ask a woman, partner.
No, seriously. They're teachers, and Miss Goodwitch is the headmistress of pretty much the most important hunter academy in Remnant. That necessitates at least a bit of seniority, no? Ospin or not?
Oh no, you used the S word. Do not do that to their faces.
But they both look so young. I mean, Professor Peach even acts younger than that. She had a kid, didn't she?
Is this really bothering you that much?
Less bothering and more, curiosity? I mean, Miss Goodwitch in particular, she feels more mature than what she looks like, if that makes sense.
Okay, I tease you enough for one day. You see, the reason you can't really tell their age is aura.
Aura? What about it?
If you use aura constantly, you slow down your aging. Not only that, but you keep your physical and mental fitness longer.
Oh, I see.
Mind you, it's not enough to just unlock it. You need to actually use it and, let's say, martial fashion. Keep yourself acclimated to the influx and quantities of aura used to protect yourself. So yeah, short of asking him directly, I doubt you're going to be able to guess. The average de-aging increases as your aura gets stronger, but it also differs from person to person.
Huh, I see. Well, I guess it'll remain a mystery then. I really don't feel like asking.
I figured. What if you could do it anonymously though?
And how exactly?
On Professor Peach's broadcast, of course.
Professor Peach what now?
And let me tell you, students, when I came back to that area a couple years later as a full-fledged hunter, I was devastated. The best cabbage I had ever eaten, gone. But honestly, it was a miracle the place had lasted as long as it did, out in the grim country and all. As a silver lining, the owner had packed up and left for the capital. There are way too many stories about the settlers that end up with, "and then they die too." And while the cabbage may not taste exactly the same, their food was still great. If you ever swing by Mistral, look up the place up. Chow and Saiga kept the same name.
Nice. And she does this every week?
At least once, yeah. With a break during the time she was on maternity leave, of course. She has a steady following, looking at that numbers.
And she answers questions live? You already drafted ours?
Yep, I was subtle, don't worry. And she should be getting into the Q&A session right about...
It's time for your questions, students. But this time, I got a surprise for you.
Huh.
While I understand you like my Dulce tone, today I've decided to have a very special guest in the last part of the program. Please welcome, with a round of applause...
What's the sense in that? We can't really hear it.
Wait, is that...
my bestie and make partner extraordinaire, headmistress of and most eligible bachelorette in Beacon, Glinda Goodwitch!
Most eligible what? Why did you say that? Miss Goodwitch?
What? Am I incorrect? I mean, you got a stable job, authority, great head on your shoulders, you're lovely to look at, and currently very single.
Was the very part really necessary? And anyway, please do remember you're talking to students. Why would they care if their headmistress was single?
Yeah, why indeed. Anyway, on to reading the questions of the students. Let's see. Oh my, this is an influx. The viewership is skyrocketing all of a sudden.
Wait, what? Really?
Indeed. I wonder why.
Partner, I agree that it's indeed amusing, but if you don't submit the questions now...
Oh shit, you're right!
Let's see. This student is asking, what's your favorite food?
Oh, well, I don't really cook or eat out that much. I more often than not eat whatever the school cafeteria makes. With that said, I have a particular fondness for their mashed potatoes. Creamy, without a hint of crumminess, delicious.
Aw, and here I thought you were in love with my apple crumble.
That is not a food, but a weapon of mass inflation.
And mashed potatoes aren't?
Moving on, let's see.
Ugh, it's already been 10 minutes! They only got 5 minutes left!
Miss Goodwitch being on the show really threw a curveball at us. Popular or not, it must have gotten in line soon enough! Come on!
Ugh.
Okay everyone, we've got a time for one more questions. Let's see. This one is interesting.
Which edition of the Final Festival did you participate in, Miss Peach? Yes, that's ours!
What? Really? Awesome!
Such a cute student. You thought you could get one over on your desk, Professor?
Oh, nuts. She saw right through it.
Oh, come on!
Sorry, but you have to do better than that then too.
I believe it was the 11th edition, wasn't it, Violet?
Glinda, no! What have you done?
What do you mean?
That was a trick question! Don't you see?
See what? What did I do?
You told them when we attended Vital, which means you told them when we attended Beacon, which means you told them how old we are!
And here I thought it was something serious.
What?
There is no shame in aging.
It is the natural course of life, and as aura users, we are also blessed with a particular aesthetic advantages. We're literally the last people on Remnant who should be hung up on the passage of time.
But Glinda, my marriage opportunities.
I didn't know you were interested. But seriously, Violet, you're smart, beautiful, energetic, and nurturing. That's more than enough. If any interested party will be deterred from their course of action by a number, of all things, they didn't deserve your company in the first place.
So, you're saying that age doesn't matter?
Well, there is, of course, mental maturity to consider. Still, in a world as chaotic as ours, where life can be snuffed with ease, you should try and nurture a healthy relationship anywhere you could.
Well, you heard it first, folks. Doesn't matter how old you are, if you are a mentally mature person, you got a chance with the headmistress.
Wait, what?
Thank you for being with us. I'll see you next week, and hopefully Miss Goodwitch will join us too. Bye!
Hold on a minute. You can't...
And I guess that's the end of it.
Professor Peach got her good!
She got us too. We should have known that someone like Professor Peach wouldn't care about her age.
If for completely different reason compared to Miss Goodwitch. By the way, would you?
Huh? With what?
You know...
Oh jeez, did Evelyn hijack your body or something there? Like she would ever.
Hypothetically, come on, if you had the opportunity...
I don't know her enough to know if I'd like to date her.
Fine. Just tell me if you find her attractive.
Well, I mean, duh.
Yes! I know, right?
You got a thing for an old woman, partner?
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little my ass. The shine she has got is so big she could make a living polishing shoes. Well, I guess you couldn't really talk about this kind of stuff with anyone else though. I mean, Evelyn will weaponize it and Penny would be a good listener, but yeah. Still, wow. I mean, I love short-haired dudes, but well, to be honest, I didn't really discover it until after I got with Evelyn, and by then I already had a outlet for it. Well, Jack, well, I bet she'd be able to meet older women exactly in Vale. But I guess she doesn't have time? Or maybe it's something else? I mean, I don't really know what dating is like. I've pretty much gotten into a relationship with Evelyn a few weeks after I was born. I have no idea what actual dating is like. Putting yourself out there, the fear of getting rejected, how different things affect the outcome, like age for example. What Professor Peach and Miss Goodwitch were talking about. Mental maturity, age differences. Huh, wait. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty atypical on that aspect, am I not? I am biologically only a few weeks old, but my body is physically 18 and my mind... I obviously do not have the life experience of someone my own age, but somehow I have the mannerism of someone who did go through such things. I have deficiencies in certain aspects and lack a lot of knowledge in other areas, but I'm not as socially maladjusted as I could be. I wonder what I would be like if I had the mind of someone older while having the same body. How would people relate to me then? I guess this is what all hunters have to go through eventually, Especially if they try and get into relationships with non-aura users.
And here I thought I was the only person who thought this hard on weekends.
Miss Goodwitch, good morning.
And a good morning to you, Mr. Dikamegas. Hopefully it's not your studies that have you so worried.
Oh no, I'm not worried or in trouble with my studies. I was thinking about life, I guess.
Well, that's somehow more worrisome. What is it?
Nothing, I swear. I was just thinking about aging.
Brother of light, you heard that travesty of a broadcast.
Yes, but that wasn't it wasn't that bad.
Oh, I disagree. The lack of decorum. What was she thinking?
I mean, I'm sure Professor Peach wasn't trying to be malicious.
Malicious or not, I made sure she fully understand my displeasure with her behavior. One more time.
Glinda, I've done it 9 times already. My knees are starting to hurt. Can I at least get up the floor?
10th time's the charm, I guess. Again!
I will keep improvising to a minimum in the future.
And
Your personal life is off limits unless you personally decide to share.
and
Trying to set you up with students is completely unacceptable. But I swear that wasn't what I was trying to do.
then what the hell was that all about?
It was just a joke. If you want students to find you more approachable, you need to be seen as normal. What's more normal than having trouble being too busy for romance? Yeah, romance being part of your life, lacking or not, that's a great humanizer. And anyway, you're still the headmistress. Human or not, do you really believe a joke is all that's needed for your students to start hitting on you?
Of course not. None of my student is that stupid.
Then what's the problem?
Just don't do that again. I swear, and that was only during Q&A. I'm definitely double checking her choice of topics for the future.
So I guess that means you're going to be a recurring guest on the broadcast despite the fiasco?
Yes, it was, after all, my idea. I went in knowing fully well who I was sharing the spotlight with.
Well, if anyone knows that Professor Peach can be a bit too much at times, it's certainly you. Huh, that begs the question. Why did you choose to do it?
Well, in one word, to try and show off my nuance.
Oh, I see.
Violet can indeed be a bit too much, as you said. But I envy her openness and the ease with the people relate to her. I always have. I guess I hope that, by participating in her extracurricular activities, I may acquire a little of what she has through osmosis. I should have set some boundaries from the beginning, but in for a penny.
Well, honestly, I think you're already a lot closer to your students than you think, Miss Goodwitch. This will be a good opportunity for them to show it.
I hope you're right. And if some of the students actually do feel that way, I hope they wait until graduation to confess.
What? What is...
Well, I should go. Have a great weekend, Mr. Dicabegas. I'll see you in class.
I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world.
Good to know.
What is this doki doki feeling in your chest, Dikabegus?